city lights, you're falling in love. Still aware, you know it is true that you are lost and this is a clue. Love is forever, love is forever. To believe you gotta let go. Light as a feather, light as a feather. Lucid dreaming over Tokyo.
Hello there, I'm Artistic Gamer 7 and I'm back with another creative sim. This is actually part of my Element series. Y'all voted over on Twitter what little mini series y'all would like to see next, and then I took it a step further since y'all voted for Element and asked whether scientific element or elements of nature. I think that was the only two options, and elements of nature almost hands down won. I think the other one only had probably like one or two votes for it. So with the elements of nature, the main thing I kept seeing was the 5 elements of nature. Every once in a while you would come across the 7, the 8, and the 4, but the 5 was the one that I most commonly seen. And I definitely didn't want to do the 4 elements of nature because I already knew the main 4. So I thought adding the 5th one would be nice, and plus that was the one that I mainly seen. So I went with 5 of them. And this one here is going to be the element air. So I looked up on a site, well, I looked on a few multiple sites, but one of them particularly sort of had like what all the sites were saying combined into one, and took what that said about the element air, and also was talking about like if you're air dominant as a person. So that was sort of interesting reading about all that stuff, but it was basically saying a lot of times like they're very, very always moving, always constantly going, whether it's physically or mentally. They're always very, very all over the place. Sometimes they will change their mind very quickly and just all of a sudden just do this and that and this and that and all sort of over the place. They're very, very sensitive to touch. They can feel even the slightest moment of touch, even just the wind, like touching their skin and things like that. So their skin is apparently very, very sensitive. They tend to be like considered light in body, so like physically being light, not very muscular, not very heavy, all that sort of stuff. So that's sort of, I took all those things in consideration when I was making this sim. I also, one of my biggest challenges is I did not want at least the four the elements to look like my 4 mortal sisters, who also represent the elements. So I definitely didn't really want them looking like that, so I definitely try to make sure to keep that in mind while also taking this information as well. And I think I definitely don't think any of them look like my 4 mortal sisters from that challenge and things like that. And I also think they turned out really well in the way that I want them, and they all look differently, but at the same time, with how I did their outfits, they sort of go cohesively together, at least the formal outfits. So I did, in the video, I did the everyday outfit, which is what they walk around, of course, every day, what you see them in. But I was sort of pretending or saying that their formal outfit was almost like their goddess outfit, their goddess of nature's outfits. So, like their true outfit or whatever, but, you know, they can't walk around every day like that. So they do have like a normal look, and then they have like their overly dramatic, pretty look that they have going on as well. So right now this is, oh, can I remember? Ayla? I think that's her name, Ayla. I think that's how you pronounce it anyway. I looked up names that represent these elements to a certain degree, except for with the 5th element, because I went very, very generic with her name, but whatever. It's fine. So, yeah, this is pretty sure Ayla? I'm pretty sure that's how you say it, but it is a name that is representing in some form of degrees, like air, wind, and stuff like that. I think it said it was technically an Arabic name, if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But, I definitely enjoyed her look. I think her everyday look I struggled with a little bit more than some of the others. But also with the eyes, I gave them all the same eye, where I use like the eyes in the makeup category. I gave them all the same eyes, just different colors. There wasn't a white, so I decided for some reason purple sort of tied in more with it. I think when you see like movies and things like that, when they try to represent breeze and the wind, they use like pinks and purples usually mixed in there. I don't really know why, but that's from my memory and from what I can process in my brain. That's what I remember. So that's why she's got the purple eyes, because I gave the pink eyes to someone else. So I did give her a little bit of purple to sort of give her some other colors and things like that. And right now I'm working on her goddess outfit, which is like a really pretty over dramatic dress. And with her, I had many options, since, you know, I have a bunch of wedding dresses, and the wedding dresses usually only come in 1, 2, or maybe 3 colors. So I had a lot of options to choose from with her, but at the same time I still had a certain look I was going for, so I wanted to keep that in mind. But I really, really love how she turned out. I think she's super adorable and super cute. She's definitely very pale, but I figured that took in the sensitive skin. I give her the traits of, I know I gave her erratic, because the fact that it talked about how they're always constantly moving, always constantly doing something, and always sort of changing their mind and being like, oh, like I gotta do this, I gotta do that. So I sort of gave her erratic, because that's the closest I can think of fitting for that. I also think I eventually gave her, I gave her creative as well, and I can't remember what the last one is I gave her. Oh, active, yeah. Active was one that I planned on doing, but here is the screenshots of her. I hope that you really like how she turned out. Let me know down in the comments below how you think she is. As you are about to see at the end, there is the 4 more sisters. Also, you've seen in the beginning. Not sisters. They're not sisters. Not sisters. Ugh, got it stuck in my head. But anyway, if you like the video, hit that lovely like button and subscribe to see future videos if you're not already. Also, share the video so that others may enjoy it as well. And also, let me know how they think the sim turned out. All of my Sims 4 Sims 4 playlists will be down in the description below, as well as my social media, so you can go find me on those, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!